Don't you hire someone to go through the footage to find mistakes, like the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones? I've never been on a show where that was a dedicated job, and I don't even know how that would work, because then you'd have someone kind of overruling the showrunner or the director. They'd say, that's a mistake, and the showrunner would say, that's supposed to be in there. They wouldn't really know. But there are so many people on set who are supposed to catch mistakes like that. There are a lot of eyes. First, there's the other actors. They know not to bring objects onto a hot set, but whatever, mistakes happen. But you also have the ADs should see that. The director should see it. The director of photography should see it. The set dresser, everyone. And then later in Video Village, that's where the other people or the producers are watching the live feed. They should catch it. The producers, the writers, the showrunners, the data wrangler, any of the lighting guys, or even the camera operators. People should see it, but mistakes happen. But then later in post-production, the editor should see it, the assistant editor, the director again, the showrunner again, then the post-production supervisor. All these people should see it. But mistakes happen. I was working on Marin as the showrunner, and editing this one scene. I don't know how long I was on this scene. And then when I was done, a couple days later, I got a call from the post-production supervisor saying, hey, we need to dig up some money because we got to digitally remove that mistake in that scene. And I'm like, what scene are you talking about? And so the scene, we shot it outside of a house, shooting at a front door. And when the front door opened, for like a quarter of a second, a fraction, there's a small window in the door. And for a fraction of a second, you could see the reflection of the camera operator. I didn't catch it, but fortunately, someone else did, and we had it removed. But with this whole Game of Thrones thing, millions of people saw this scene, and I guess a handful saw the little Starbucks cup, and they posted it on the internet, and the internet blew up like, oh my God, there's a Starbucks cup. And I watched it, and I'm like, what Starbucks? I'm looking at it like, oh yeah, okay, I guess that could be a Starbucks cup. But I didn't catch it. Most people didn't. But you know what? I was watching that scene and I was focused on the foreground. I was watching two very engaging, charismatic actors act out a well-written scene. And so that's where my attention was. I wasn't looking in the background. If people are looking in the background, you got a bigger problem. It means the actors aren't good or the scene isn't well written. You got a bigger problem if they're looking in the background. We should be focused on the foreground. So I guess I'm a little more forgiving about stuff like that, because at the end of the day, lives weren't lost. It was a little mistake. It's embarrassing, but lives weren't lost. So there you go. For more, keep following me here at Michael Jamin Writer.